Even with me holding these in my hands, I still cannot believe I just made sunglasses to go over a fucking TV. But I'm a cosplayer and a prop maker, and my creative brain doesn't know when to stop. So let's show you how I made these. I start by using a reference image and then drawing that as closely as possible onto foam board, but upscaling it to match the measurements of the TV. Since there's 4 spaces in between the frame, I try to replicate that as well, and since there's black behind the yellow part of the frame, that means I have to make 2 of these. And this actually works to my advantage. Now that the upper frame part is painted yellow, the back black part, I can actually put wire into the foam board itself and use that as a way to hang it onto the TV and not have to worry about the glasses falling down randomly. Once the yellow part is placed on top, you won't really see too much of this wire. It will end up mostly being obscured by the actual glasses. The hardest part, though, is putting the wire into the black foam board without it poking out the sides. There isn't much space to work with here, but you also don't have to press the wire in. So as long as you press it in really slowly, this can work. You just have to press it in enough to be able to keep the weight of the glasses once they're completed. And then match both sides to try to make sure that you have an equal spacing. Now that I have a general idea where the wire has to be, I can use the black part of the frame and hang it over top of the TV. I'll just remove the hat so that it's not in the way of the PVC pipe. Then there's a space between the PVC pipe where the hat would normally be, so I can place these on top of it and get an idea where they should hang. I have Vox in a neutral position right now, where his eyes would mostly go. Once you place that on top, it seems like it's right. Then this way, I can double check just by putting the yellow parts of the frame on top, make sure all the spacing is correct, because there has to be a little bit of extra spacing on each side so that you have the arms for the glasses once they're put in place, and they have to be past the parts of the TV. So this is just the right scaling once it's in place. And now that I have that part all positioned where I need it to be, I'll use some duct tape on the wire to reinforce it just a little bit. Originally, I only was going to put 1 layer of duct tape on this wire, but I ended up placing 2 on it to reinforce it slightly more. In the end, I think that will work out pretty well. And I also took the time to cut out and paint the side arms. The only part I need to actually glue onto the black is this part, and the side arms I'll just tape to the sides of the glasses so that they can end up folding in like actual glasses, which will make it a little bit easier to transport instead of sticking out like that. And here is how the glasses look once they're in place on Vox. So now Vox is ready for a nice vacay.